for the procedure to be successful, I have to be able to get to those eggs. So just so we are all aware, egg freezing is when you stimulate the ovaries to produce more eggs than would typically be produced in a month. And then those eggs are harvested generally through the vagina with just a needle and like a 10-minute procedure. Where fertility, egg freezing, and fibroids intersect are for the procedure to be successful, I have to be able to get to those eggs. How can I get to those eggs if a big old watermelon fibroid is pushing the ovaries from where they usually sit near the vagina, where I can easily access them, to on top of the uterus, very far away, where we would be considering doing something a little bit more risky, like an abdominal retrieval, to get to those eggs.
I like to partner, right? Me and Coach Gessie, we partner in the lifestyle portion, and many reproductive specialists, I partner with them. And then sometimes the decision is made, well, let's retrieve these eggs before you do surgery, because surgery is risky, right? It's surgery, so anything could happen. Let's retrieve these eggs, but sometimes they just can't get to it. So then the plan has to be a myomectomy first, even for that IVF patient, to get the fibroids out of the way so we can just get to the eggs.
Right. It's such a double-edged sword, because we know that when you do procedures such as a myomectomy, people can lose blood, people can lose ovaries because of previous surgeries. Most people who've had myomectomies may have 2 or even 3 in a lifetime, depending on how old they were at their first myomectomy. So scarring, the technical difficulty of doing that surgery, and alterations in blood supply. When you lose a lot of blood during a surgery, you can have ischemia. Ischemia meaning decreased blood supply to a vital organ like the ovaries. Sometimes they can go into menopause because now there are not a sufficient amount of eggs in that ovary because of ischemia to have any more ovulations in that lifetime.
Yeah. In my case also, after my first myomectomy, there was so much scarring on the fallopian tubes. The only thing we could do was IVF, right? And then after I had my daughter, we did a UFE, the uterine fibroid embolization procedure. Now, what happened in my case was that totally changed, like you said, the blood supply to my ovaries. And guess what? After it didn't work, they grew back anyway. And I ended up having a partial hysterectomy, which they said, oh, you won't end up having going into menopause because we kept your ovaries. But I still went into full-blown menopause because that change of blood supply, it was not allowing the ovaries to produce the eggs. You see what I'm saying? Like it totally changed.
Yeah. It was a cumulative effect too. It was a lot.
Yeah. Exactly.